Actress Nancy Isime explains weight loss. Arsenal face Man City in Premier League. Now to the rest of our stories. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has deployed 2,300 personnel to the oil-rich state. This is targeted towards beefing security in Rivers State during the Easter celebration. The personnel deployed across the 23 local government areas of the state will also ensure protection of critical national assets and forestall any form of criminality before, during, and after the celebration. This was disclosed in a Friday statement by the command's public relations officer, Olufemi Ayodele. He said the personnel were drawn from various units and departments of the command, such as the Marine Unit, Armed Squad, the Counter-Terrorism Unit, Anti-Vandal Unit, Intelligence Unit, Anti-Human Trafficking and Illegal Migration Unit, Agro Ranger Squad, Commandant's Quick Response Squad, and personnel from the 23 local government areas of Rivers State. NSCDC Commandant also advised the public to be wary of unguided statements that could trigger a crisis and urged parents and guardians to take responsibility for their words, as anyone arrested for vandalism, disruption of peace, law and order, kidnapping, adoption, and other sundry offenses would be prosecuted by the law enforcement agencies. Commissioner of Police, Rivers State Command, CP Olatunji Disu, PSC, has ordered the deployment of officers across the state to ensure maximum security of lives and property during the Easter celebration. In his operational order, the CP has directed all area commanders, tactical commanders, and divisional police officers to deploy personnel and allocate resources to strategic locations within their areas of responsibility. These locations include churches, parks, event centers, as well as entry and exit routes in the state. Officers deployed on the highway have been instructed to maintain a high level of vigilance and professionalism while carrying out their duties. The CP extends his felicitation to the good people of Rivers State, particularly Christians, on the occasion of the Easter celebration. He urges Christians to pray for God's protection and peace in Rivers State. Religious leaders, traditional leaders, parents, and guardians are advised to caution their children and wards against engaging in unlawful activities during the celebration. To facilitate communication with the police during this period, the following emergency call lines will remain active. Human rights lawyer Haya King has stated that the realignment between members of the opposition and the ruling party in Rivers State is politically inclined for the purpose of party interest. Speaking on Atlantic Television Open Conversation, Haya King maintained that the political collaboration and pledge of support to Governor Fubara is politically motivated and not for the interest of Rivers people.
You get victimized. If you don't align, a lot of things will happen to you. So some of them are not aligning because they want to align, but because they have to align, not because they want to align, but because they have to align. The political climate presently demands that they align themselves and all that, and that is why they are aligning themselves. But let me say this, they are not doing this for Rivers people, they are not doing it for Nigeria, they are not doing it for anybody, they are doing it for themselves, they are doing it for their pocket, that's why I call them fair weather friends. I am not surprised, and I am hoping to see more of these alignments from here to here, because they call them privately and tell them that they are men without honor. They are not honorable people. They are not honorable people at all.
He called on politicians to desist from further interfering in the affairs of River State.
I will also say this clearly, that the governor of River State, as is presently constituted, as the person that is presently, that should be allowed to do his job, because I've never seen a governor that is harassed like Sim Fubara in my entire life in Nigeria. It has never happened. He's the most harassed governor in Nigeria. Ever. No governor has this been done. Even during the first military era, when the governors and the politicians had decorum, when the politicians had conscience. I mean, talking about the First Republic, it was in Second Republic to 1979. No governor was harassed like this, both by the federal or state or godfather or godmother. Nobody except Fubara. He has been harassed so much.
Federal government on Friday ordered the linking of Port Harcourt-Aba rail line, which construction has reached an advanced stage of completion, to the Port Harcourt and Onne ports in Rivers State for freight operations to begin. Minister of Transportation, Senator Saidu Alkali, disclosed this while speaking to newsmen in Port Harcourt on Friday, shortly after inspecting the Port Harcourt-Aba rail track. This is, as he said, the commencement of train operation within the route earlier scheduled for March 2024 would be shifted to April due to the technical issues. The minister explained that though finance is a major challenge, the federal government is committed to completing all rail line projects, including standard and narrow gauge across the country. Wanted king of Ewu, Clement Ikolo, who turned himself in, has been handed over to the military by the police. The development has been confirmed by the Public Relations Officer, Delta State Police Command, Bright Edafe. King Ikolo, who was one of the 8 persons declared wanted by the Defense Headquarters in connection with the killing of 17 military personnel in Okwama community, turned himself in to the Delta State Police Command on Thursday. The monarch was said to have arrived at the State Police Command headquarters at exactly 6:41 p.m. to report himself to Police Commissioner Olufemi Abaniwanda. Before he turned himself into the police, the monarch spoke to the journalists, insisting on his innocence. Earlier on Thursday, the Defense Headquarters declared 8 persons, including Ikolo, wanted over their alleged roles in the recent killing of 17 military personnel on a peacekeeping mission to Delta State. Those declared wanted are Professor Ipebo Otho, Adowe Dennis Bakiri, Akware Daniel Omotebe aka Amaben, Akata Malawa David, Sinclair Oliki, a traditional ruler, Clement Ikolo, Ogenerukewe, Ruben Baru, and Igoli Ebi. Ami has flown the OVA of Iku Kingdom in Ugeli South Local Government area of Delta State, His Royal Majesty Clement Ikolo, who surrendered himself to the police in Asaba on Thursday to Abuja. Delta State Police Command had handed over the king, who the Defense Headquarters Abuja declared wanted, with 7 others over the killing of 17 soldiers at Okwama on Friday morning. The commanding officer 63 Brigadier General Ami Asaba, the Delta State Police Commissioner, and other senior military officers escorted the monarch to the Asaba International Airport. He boarded an Air Peace airline and the plane departed Asaba Airport tarmac at about 9:10 a.m. to Abuja. Federal Road Safety Corps, Akwa Ibom State Command, said it has deployed 662 personnel, 10 patrol vehicles, 2 ambulances, and 1 tow truck for effective coverage of critical areas to enhance visibility and prevent road crash during the Easter celebration. Sector Commander of FRSC in the state, Matthew Olaniseye, who disclosed this in a statement issued in Uyo, warned motorists to be cautious while using the road, obey all traffic rules and regulations to stay alive and celebrate with their loved ones. Olaniseye said the personnel and materials deployed would ensure prompt rescue and response to distress calls and speedy removal of obstruction from the highways. The sector commander warned against dangerous driving, wrongful overtaking, driving against traffic, speeding, and overloading the vehicles with passengers and goods. The sector commander called on all road users to remain active by observing traffic rules and regulations, obey all traffic signs, apply common sense speed limits at best, and promptly report any road incidents and other emergencies to the FRSC. Security agencies in Abuja, in Abia State, said they have concluded plans to make the 2024 Easter celebration safe for residents. Said Police Command, in a state issued by its Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Maureen Chinaka, on behalf of the State Commissioner of Police, Kenechukwu Onwumele, said it has activated Operation Order for Safe Easter celebration across the state. He advised all Abians to be vigilant and security conscious and to report any form of suspicious activity to the nearest police station. Similarly, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Commandant Usman Ishaq Afadara assured the people and residents of the state of adequate security of lives and property during the period. Afadarai gave the assurance after a quarterly review meeting at the NSCDC headquarters in Umuahia. He, however, charged personnel to be guided by global best practices in carrying out their assigned duties. He also warned that disciplinary measures, as contained in the Corps Standard Operating Procedure, will be meted out to those who may go contrary to the rules of engagement. The Anambra State House of Assembly has passed a bill prohibiting touting and related activities in all sectors of the state. The bill was presented to the House by the Majority Leader and member representing Okusigo constituency, Ikenna Ofodeme. He proposed legislation which went through scrutiny by the Committee of the Whole, was passed following a motion by the Majority Leader, Ikenna Ofodeme, for its third reading. The motion was seconded by Minority Leader and a member representing Nnewi South Constituency 1, John Bosco Akabobi. Shortly after the plenary, the Majority Leader of Fodeme said the bill, once enacted into law, would empower authorities to crack down on its individuals engaging in all forms of touting activities, thereby restoring order and improving public safety across the state. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called for concerted efforts on the part of all arms of government and the citizens to create a livable country that everyone will be proud of. Governor Sanwo-Olu spoke during a courtesy visit by the National Assembly Joint Committee on Works at the Lagos State House. Marina. The Joint Committee comprised members of the Senate and House of Representatives Committees on Works led by Senator Barinada Mbigi and Akin Alabi respectively. Sanwo-Olu noted that there was challenges even with the huge opportunities in Lagos. He therefore stressed the need to build more infrastructure, maintain existing ones, and make funding available to keep them in proper shape to serve the people of Lagos better. Speaking earlier, the leader of the team, Senator Barinada Mbiki, said they are in Lagos as part of their oversight function to see firsthand some of the federal government's major projects ongoing in Lagos and its environs, which include the 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, repairs works on the Third Mainland Bridge, and other Qatar Bridge, amongst others. You are watching Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We will be back after this break. Welcome back. This is the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. The National Working Committee, NWC, of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, pursuant to the provision of Section 29, subsection 2B of the Constitution of our party, on behalf of the National Executive Committee, approved the appointment of the executives whose tenures have expired in some states, local governments and ward chapters to serve as caretaker committees in the affected states, LGAs and wards respectively. The caretaker committees have been mandated to run the affairs of our party at the appropriate levels for a period of 3 months, as follows. Abia local government within effect from March 22nd, 2024, ward with effect from March 15th, 2024, Akwa Ibom local government with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 7th, 2024, Bauchi local government with effect from March 22, 2024, ward with effect from March 14, 2024, Bayelsa State with effect from March 23, 2024, LGA with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. Benue local government with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. Cross River State local government with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. Delta States local government with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. Ekiti ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. Enugu local government with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 14th, 2024. Gombe State with effect from March 23rd, 2024, local government with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 14th, 2024. Imo local government with effect from March 21st, 2024, ward with effect from March 14th, 2024. Jigawa ward with effect from March 16th, 2024. Kaduna ward with effect from March 14th, 2024. Niger ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. Ondo local government with effect from March 21st, 2024. Ward with effect from March 27th, 2024. Plateau local government with effect from March 23rd, 2024. Ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. River State with effect from March 21st, 2024. LGA with effect from March 18th, 2024. Ward with effect from March 14th, 2024. Sokoto ward with effect from March 16th, 2024. Taraba ward with effect from March 14th, 2024. FCT local government area with effect from March 21st, 2024. Ward with effect from March 7th, 2024. The NWC states that in situations where vacancies occur in the respective ESCOs due to death, defection, and/or resignation, no replacement should be effected for such vacancies in the caretaker committees. The NWC charges all leaders, critical stakeholders, and members of the Great Party to continue to work together to ensure stability, growth, and success of our party in the respective states, local government areas, and wards. Gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have reportedly attacked a celestial church in Ogun State, abducting 2 worshippers identified as Oladipo Seunfumi and Oluboboye Abiola. The incident occurred at a church located near Oriyarin village, Mowe, in Obafemi Owode local government area of Ogun State. According to the State Police Relations Officer, SP Omolola Odutola, in a statement on Friday, the perpetrators fled through a thick forest behind the church. The statement said Commissioner of Police Alamutu Abiodun has been briefed and has ordered immediate mobilization of security personnel to go after the hoodlums. 19 political parties are participating in November's 16th governorship election in Ondo State. State Resident Electoral Commissioner Oluwatoyin Babalola said that the political parties have notified the commission. Babalola, while speaking during a meeting with the representatives of political parties in Akure, said that parties will notify the commission about the conduct of the primaries for the governorship election. The political parties, according to her, include the ruling All Progressive Congress, People's Democratic Party, Accord Party, Action Alliance, African Action Congress, African Democratic Congress, African Democratic Party, and All Progressives Grand Alliance. Others are Allied People's Movement, Action People's Party, Boot Party, Labour Party, New Nigerian People's Party, National Rescue Movement, People's Redemption Party, Social Democratic Party, Youth Party, Young Progressives Party, and Zenith Labour Party. The Commissioner said that the Commission has received notification from the political parties for the conduct of the governorship scheduled from April 6 to 27th. She urged all parties to adhere strictly to their guidance, rules, and regulations in their constitutions in the conduct of their primaries next month. Benue State Commissioner of Police Emmanuel Adesina has ordered special deployments to churches, parks, event centers, entries and exit routes in the state to check security breaches during the Easter celebrations in the state. A statement issued in Makurdi by the Command Public Relations Officer, Superintendent Catherine Anene, indicated that the police commissioner had issued marching orders to heads of formations to ensure the security of lives and property in the various areas of jurisdiction. According to the statement, the police commissioner, in his operational order, directed all area commanders, tactical commanders, and divisional police officers to deploy personnel and other resources to strategic places mapped out in the areas of responsibility, particularly to churches, parks, event centers, entries and exit routes in the state. Honorable Minister of FCT, Yeso Wike, says one of the best ways to end insecurity in Abuja is construction of good roads in the 6 area councils of Abuja. Wike said this while inspecting the ongoing dualization of roads in Buari Area Council and Soburi under Abuja Municipal Area Council. Assured the residents that all roads will be completed before December this year, 2024, in order to mark renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's practical rather than a theory.
That the renewed hope agenda is working, particularly as it concerns the area councils. The new hope agenda is not for only the cities. It's only to make sure those in the rural areas feel part of the administration. We have been to Buari, and we attest to the fact that that is a very difficult terrain. No wonder people talk about insecurity. It's unfortunate that nobody without that road will say that if there's insecurity, you will do anything. But with the construction of that road, you can say that there's hope. I feel so happy that I'm part of this administration, that the people can see changes. Again, we are here in Sabiru, which is under Abuja Municipal Council, and you can see the work going on. When we came to flag off this project, you can see the enthusiasm amongst the people. I'm proud that the contractors are doing very well, and by the grace of God, all these projects, particularly the 6 projects in the 6 area councils, will be completed before the end of this year. And with them, also that will not stop us from starting the 2024 infrastructure in the area councils as we promised. So what we're doing now is the 2023 emergency supplementary appropriation. The 2024 appropriation, which are not assented, when assented, will also take on 1 road each in the area councils. So frankly speaking, all of us will see that the renewed hope agenda is not just in theory, it's practice.
He added that 58% was allocated to the capital project, while 42% was also allocated for the new projects to be implemented after the assent of President's Appropriations Statutory Bill.
Realistic. It is not, you don't sake of maybe trying to impress the public. At the end of the day, you'll be asked questions. What about the rules of 1.17 trillion? What has happened to it? Let me say that I did not say we will not be back on new projects. I said we have allocated 58% of the capital projects to the ongoing projects, and then 42% for new projects, which I said after the assent of Mr. President to the statutory, to the appropriation bill, then we'll start the implementation of the new projects in the 2024 statutory appropriation. And we are saying that it will not be proper to abandon old projects because they are all public funds. And so we believe that projects that have been awarded before we came, and by the mandate of the Sir President, you have to make sure those projects are concluded to a logical conclusion. But that does not also mean that you cannot you cannot embark on new projects. So, as I can tell you, it's a realistic budget, and I can tell you once the President accepts to this, full implementation.
Federal Capital Territory Administration has assured residents of the territory of maximum security throughout the Easter celebration and beyond. Secretary, Command and Control Center FCTA, Peter Olumiji, gave the assurance in an interview with newsmen on Friday in Abuja. Olumiji said the FCT Minister, Yeso Wike, in collaboration with security agencies, had ensured deployment of human and material assets to ensure safety of residents. He further stated that already the Nigerian police force and other security agencies had deployed a huge number of personnel both for foot and vehicular patrol to ensure a hitch-free Easter celebration. According to him, undercover personnel had been deployed, including explosive ordnance disposal experts, to all nooks and crannies of the FCT as part of proactive steps toward protecting residents. Federal government had approved the upgrade of Federal Medical Center, Biniki Kebbi, to a teaching hospital. The upgrade was confirmed by the Public Relations Officer of the Federal Medical Center, Biniki Kebbi, Malam Abdullaminu Bawa Yeri. The Federal Teaching Hospital in Biniki Kebbi will be used by the medical students of the Federal University of Biniki Kebbi for their medical practicals and other health professional needs. He noted that while the upgrade continues under the Tinubu-led government, the management of the hospital, led by Dr. Aliyu Hamza Balarabe, has welcomed it and will throw weight behind its success as it seeks to widen the scope of healthcare services to the people of Kebbi State. As a Federal University Teaching Hospital, the referral level of the hospital has been upscaled to meet the standard of a higher tertiary referral center because already the Federal Medical Center Biniki Kebbi serves as a referral tertiary level hospital. He congratulated the people of Kebbi State for the milestone development and reaffirmed the resolve of the now Federal University Teaching Hospital management of continued support and diligent discharge of official duties. Governor Nasir Idris of Kebbi State has said that there is a need for stronger synergy between the federal and state government in delivering dividends of democracy to the citizens. Idris made a statement while briefing newsmen on Friday in Abuja, adding that the complementary role of the two tiers of government would equally set the pace for local government council. According to him, instances of locating projects, distribution of social services as well as educating the citizens on the policies and programs would be better achieved through such collaborations. A 20-year-old man has been sentenced to life imprisonment for raping and sodomizing a 10-year-old boy by a state high court in Jigawa. The man, simply identified as Aminu Ali, was sentenced by Justice Musa Ubali. Ali, as a resident of Ukayawa quarters in Guarama local government area of the state, was found guilty after the prosecution presented 5 witnesses and submitted 4 exhibits, including a medical report, establishing his guilt beyond reasonable doubt. The prosecution successfully urged that Ali lured the victim and engaged in anal sex with him. Justice Ubali, in his ruling, stated that the prosecution has indeed established its case beyond reasonable doubt. As a result, the court sentenced Ali to life imprisonment under Section 3, subsection 2 and 4 of the Violence Against Person Prohibition Law of Jigawa State. The judge also informed the convict of his right to appeal judgment within 3 months. Public affairs analyst Emmanuel Weke has called on the youths, adults and sexually matured individuals across the country to ensure that courteously live a lifestyle worthy of emulation to avoid dragging into the mud the image of the society of the persons. On Atlantic Television Society Watch, Weke identifies several inexcusable reasons which could lead to the crime.
Staffed too, they might have issues of being hypersensitive.
Okay.
You know, there are those who are more sensitive to sex than others. There are those who are sexually dull. There are these other persons that will need it more often than others. And there are also those who are probably mischievous, like you want to abuse a child, just like in the men aspect of it, you know. So in any case, whether man or woman is a crime, and now a minor is defied, and then the good thing here is that the law has actually got outstretched on her. And we believe that she should rather apologize if the court of first instance has found her guilty. There is no point going for further image cleansing. Let she go ahead and show repentance and apologize to the family of the child. Staffed.
Weke Emmanuel tasked sexually prone individuals to guide their minds as much as possible against sexual indecencies.
What we are doing now is part of what government can do, sponsor programs like this, and then there are some persons that have serious moral problems that require counseling, and because of other inhibitions, social inhibitions, cultural inhibitions, they might not be very willing to go seek for counseling. So there could be public sponsored counseling in the media. Like those, there are a certain category of sexual abusers called voyeurs. The voyeurs are those that obtain satisfaction by watching those acting sex. That is another one.
Recall that the State High Court sitting in Jigawa, presided by Justice Musa Ubali, recently sentenced 25-year-old Aminu Ali to life imprisonment for raping a 10-year-old boy. Taraba State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps said it has deployed 1,500 personnel across the state to maintain law and order during and after the Easter celebration. The announcement was made on Friday at the State Command headquarters in Jalingo, the state capital. Commandant Adamu Salihu, while interacting with journalists on the level of preparation put in place by the command to forestall breakdown of law and order during the celebration, said all tactical units, which include the Rapid Response Squad, Team and Special Female Squad, have been deployed to tackle serious threats to peace during the celebration. He urged the people of the state to imbibe the lessons of love and sacrifice learned during the period and be security conscious. Governor Diko Rada of Katsina State has described President Bola Tinubu as a leader who demonstrated great commitment towards addressing Nigerians' social, economic and security challenges. Rada stated this in a congratulatory message to the president on his 72nd birthday anniversary. The statement was signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Ibrahim Kalua Mohammed, on Friday in Katsina. He said that Tinubu, as a visionary and purposeful leader, has never relented in offering genuine services to Lagos State and the country at large. Rather urged the president to remain focused and determined towards achieving the goals of his administration's laudable agenda for Nigeria. He prayed to Almighty Allah to give him sound health and endow the president with profound intellect to effectively lead the country to greater heights. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has arraigned two persons, Sufiyanu Yahaya and Madissa Idris before Justice Ibrahim Karaye of the Kano State High Court on charges bordering on misappropriation of funds to the tune of 20,500,000, while Yahaya allegedly misappropriated a fund of 11,500,000 belonging to a petitioner meant for the supply of rice. Idris allegedly misappropriated the sum of 9 million belonging to a petitioner meant for the purchase of 360 pieces of solar panels. A statement by the EFCC spokesperson, Dele Oyewale, said both defendants plead not guilty when the charges were read to them. Justice Karaye granted bail to Yahaya in the sum of 12 million naira with two sureties who must be verified by the EFCC. The judge adjourned both cases till May 27, 2024 for commencement of trial and remanded the two defendants at the correctional center. Zamfara State Police Command has arrested and paraded 7 suspects in connection with the murder of Sheikh Abubakar Hassan Madda. The Islamic cleric was killed in Zamfara State. The suspects were paraded by the State Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed Dalijan, at the command headquarters in Gusau, the state capital. Dalijan further stated that the police operatives also arrested one Kabiru, who was among the terrorists that burnt a police operational vehicle and attacked the residence of the former chairman of the National Union Office Road Transport Workers. The police commissioner promised that the suspects will be charged to court of competent jurisdiction for possible prosecution. President Bola Tinubu on Friday said as Christians celebrate the victory of life over death, exemplified by the resurrection of Jesus Christ, Nigeria will triumph over its challenges. He thanked Nigerians for making sacrifices for the past 10 months of his administration, affirming his commitment to steering the nation on a path of recovery and sustainable growth. In a statement signed by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Galele, the president joined the Christian faithful to commemorate Easter, which he described as a significant moment and a glorious celebration of the triumph of life over death. The statement is titled, "At Easter, President Tinubu celebrates with Christians, call for unity and compassion." Therefore, he urged Nigerians to yield to selflessness and compassion and be steadfast in the pursuit of a united, peaceful and prosperous nation. He assured citizens that the seed of patience that they had sown were beginning to sprout and would in no time bring forth an abundance of good fruits. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has revealed that the Senate is set to recall Senator Abdul Nengi from his 3-month suspension. He disclosed this while answering questions from reporters on arrival from the Inter-Parliamentary Union meeting in Geneva, Switzerland. Akpabio said the Senate will soon review the 3-month suspension it slammed on Nengi for claiming that the 2024 budget was allegedly padded with a sum of 3.7 trillion naira. Recall that Nengi had on Thursday, in a letter written by his counsel, Femi Falana, SAN, requested reinstatement to the Senate. Akpabio pointed out that even though he had not seen the letter, the matter will be resolved like a family affair. People's Democratic Party presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, Atiku Abubakar, says the victory of Bassirou Diomaye Faye in Senegal has underscored the need for opposition parties in Nigeria to unite and remove President Bola Tinubu in 2027. Atiku also said Faye's emergence as Senegalese president-elect shows that democracy is the best form of government. He said his experiences in both 2019 and 2023 show clearly that INEC performed below this expectation, adding that in Senegal, the response of the major actors and the citizens are a validation of the process of the election that voted for President-elect Bassirou Diomaye, according to Atiku. It is important to note that last Sunday's election in Senegal follows the trend of that in Nigeria in 2015, that the opposition can indeed be victorious in an election conducted by the ruling party. He also said for the opposition parties, the lessons are in the agreement with his persistent call for opposition parties to forge a coalition that is formidable enough to oust the ruling party if the salvation of Nigerians is to stand any chance. Director General, National Council on Climate Change, Dr. Salisu Dahiru, has congratulated His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his 72nd birthday, saying it is another important milestone for President Tinubu's life as a visionary leader and a courageous statesman. According to Dr. Dahiru, Mr. President must be commended for making a difference in these challenging times by making extra effort to make things better for our dear country. According to him, on behalf of my humble self and the staff of the National Council on Climate Change, I pray to Almighty Allah that you remain healthy, strong, and focused to continue working for the betterment of the generality of our people. American chapter of All Progressive Congress has pledged to stand by President Bola Tinubu in his renewed hope agenda aimed at taking the country out of its current economic woes. The chapter, in a statement assigned by Secretary Ademola Sajini, congratulated the President on his 72nd birthday while saluting his doggedness and determination to take Nigeria to greater heights. The APC chapter described President Tinubu as a nation builder and visionary leader whose policies will impact positively on the nation's economy. Now, business news. Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority recorded 1.8 trillion naira comprehensive income in the 2023 financial year. This was contained in the company's 2023 audited financial statement released to the media by the head of Corporate Communications, Joyce Oyebula, in Abuja on Friday. The 2023 financial results indicated 11 consecutive years of continuous positive earnings with a cumulative annual growth rate of 173.3%. This significant rise was attributed to the positive performance of the equities and fixed income portfolios, as well as the positive performance of NSIA's infrastructural investments. In its market overview and performance summary, the report noted how policy changes by the federal government led to over 100% devaluation of the naira to the dollar within the year under review. Director of Banking Services, Central Bank of Nigeria, Hamisu Abdullahi, highlighted the merit-based selection of Remita to provide an electronic platform essential for facilitating payment from ministries, departments, and agencies to beneficiary accounts across commercial banks. He made this assertion while officials of the Central Bank of Nigeria appeared before the House of Representative Public Accounts Committee on Friday to respond to 10 queries about Remita's operation of the Treasury Single Account Platform. The hearing was presided over by Bamidele Salam, chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts. Salam said the investigation is not a witch hunt targeting any company, but rather a crucial step towards transparency and ensuring accountability for the Federation's revenue. According to Abdullahi, the CBN was directed to provide an electronic platform that would facilitate payments on behalf of MDAs to beneficiaries' accounts in commercial banks. Meanwhile, Central Bank of Nigeria has disclosed that the Nigerian economy witnessed 1.5 billion naira foreign exchange inflow into the country 2 days after the Monetary Policy Committee meeting. By this development, the CBN is optimistic about the health of the foreign exchange market in Nigeria. This positive development, according to the CBN, is a direct result of its ongoing monetary policy efforts. Hakama Sadi Ali, acting director of corporate communications for the CBN, stated that data shows that the inflow stemmed from CBN's initiative to stabilize the foreign exchange market. This stabilization is reflected in the Naira's appreciation within the autonomous foreign exchange market. As of Thursday, March 28, 2024, the Naira traded at 1,309 per $1, a significant improvement compared to 1,611 Naira to $1 in the second week of March. Now to international tidbits. South Africa's former president Jacob Zuma survived a car accident overnight after a vehicle transporting him was hit by a drunk driver. According to police reports, the incident happened just hours after electoral officials barred Zuma from standing in the May 29 general elections, further stoking tension in the run-up to polls. The driver's car collided with former President Mr. Jacob Zuma's official armored state vehicle. The 51-year-old man was arrested in KwaZulu, Natal province for drunken driving as well as on a charge of recklessness and negligent driving. Zuma and his bodyguard escaped uninjured, and the 81-year-old was taken to his place of residence. African Union on Friday congratulated anti-establishment establishment opposition candidate Bassirou Diomaye Faye was victory in Senegal's presidential election and hailed the unanimous acceptance of the results. In a statement, African Union Commission President Moussa Faki Mahamat said he warmly congratulates Faye on the official declaration of his first round win, while wishing him full success in his weighty and noble charge. According to provisional result, Faye won the first round of the vote outright with 54.3%, far ahead of incumbent Macky Sall's hand-picked candidate from former Prime Minister Amadou Ba. Senegal's Constitutional Court would declare Faye the official winner before the weekend, which would make a handover possible before April 2nd, the official end of Sall's term. 44-year-old Faye was only freed from prison 10 days before the election, along with his mentor Ousmane Sonko, who was barred from running following a criminal conviction he says was politically motivated. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was approved a new round of Gaza ceasefire talks to take place in Doha and Cairo, days after the negotiations appeared stalled. Since the UN Security Council adopted a resolution on Monday demanding an immediate ceasefire, Hamas and Israel have traded blame for their failure to agree a deal. Mediator Qatar has said the talks between Hamas and Israel on a Gaza truce and hostage release were continuing, but the warring sides and the mediators have offered little information since. Netanyahu's office said the premier spoke to Mossad's chief David Masir about the talks, but declined to elaborate on whether Benur would be traveling to Doha or Cairo for the negotiations. The war began when Hamas launched an unprecedented attack on Israel that resulted in about 1,160 deaths, mostly civilians. Germany's Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock suggested that Israel should relinquish control of the Gaza Strip following the war against Hamas. She stated that Palestinians should be in charge, free from terror, self-determined, and with a freely elected government, including those in the West Bank. Baerbock stressed that building infrastructures, reforming the Palestinian Authority, economic reconstruction, and the security structure, including security guarantees for both Palestine and Israel, would help ensure that the two-state solution remained within reach. She further added that only the two-state solution could bring lasting peace and security for the people of Israel. Baerbock's comments were prompted by Israel's recent announcement of declaring around 800 hectares in the West Bank as Israel's state land. She mentioned that protection during the transitional period before two states can live side by side in peace would only be possible with international security guarantees. And now entertainment news. Nollywood actress Nancy Isime has explained the reason for her recent massive weight loss. The movie star explained that she added weight for a movie role in 2022 and was hoping to shed it after 2 weeks, but it took her over a year to achieve it. Recorder Nancy Isime recently stated a reaction with her weight loss photos, with many claiming her BBL failed. Nollywood actress and filmmaker Eniola Ajo had again spoken on the Best Dressed Female award given to controversial transvestite Bobrisky at the premiere of her movie Ajakaju. Bobrisky was presented with the Best Dressed Female award and was given a check of 1 million naira at the event. However, in an interview, the producer Ajao described Bobrisky's award as a charade. Despite her explanations, her movie premiere has continued to earn backlash on social media. Consequently, she released a video message via her Instagram page denying awarding Bobrisky. She pleaded with Nigerians to support her by going to the cinema to watch a movie, stressing that she would go bankrupt if a movie is cancelled because of the Bobrisky saga. She explained that the Best Dressed Female award given to Bobrisky was just for promotion purposes. Omawumi, widow of the late Nigerian singer Ireoluwa Aloba, known as Mohbad, has cried out over what she described as constant threats to her life and Liam, the baby she had with the late singer. This was as she urged the musician's father, Joseph Aloba, to get a court order for disappearance and acid identification tests of her son Liam. Aloba had called on the Nigerian police to summon Omumini to provide insight into the death of his son and also demand a test to ascertain the paternity of his grandson. However, in a series of Instagram posts, Mohbad's widow said she had been facing what Mohbad faced before his death. She said it was unthinkable that Liam's grandfather, who pressured them into having a child, is also the same person demanding a DNA test. She, however, disclosed that she was ready for the DNA test when her father-in-law produces a court order for the test. Meanwhile, earlier in an Instagram live, Omawumi alleged that her son was not enjoying the needed freedom like other kids, saying some people were threatening to gun her down. Here now is ATN Sport News. Arsenal traveled to Manchester City on Sunday to complete a double over Pep Guardiola's men in a match that could prove decisive in the three-way Premier League title race. Liverpool can move 3 points clear of current leaders Arsenal and 4 ahead of City if they beat Brighton to Anfield earlier in the day. At the other end of the table, Nottingham Forest are in action for the first time since a 4-point penalty for breaching financial rules plunged them into the relegation zone. Arsenal became just the 4th team to win each of the first 8 Premier League games of a calendar year when they beat Brentford in early March. The previous 3 clubs to do that all went on to win the title. The Gunners' record against City in the Premier League is dire, with 12 defeats in the past 13 games, though their lone victory came at the Emirates in October courtesy of Gabriel Martinelli's deflected strike. On Saturday, Newcastle, West Ham, Bournemouth vs Everton, Chelsea vs Burnley, Nottingham Forest vs Crystal Palace, Sheffield United vs Fulham, Tottenham vs Luton, Aston Villa vs Wolves, Brighton vs Manchester United. 18,000 capacity PayPal Park, San Jose, has been fully booked ahead of Asisat Oshola's home debut for National Women's Soccer League outfits. Bay FC will host Hustlers Dash in their first ever home games in the NWSL on Sunday. Oshola was made the poster girl of the pre-match flyer. The Nigerian international joined Bay FC for European champions Barcelona last month. The forward has made an impressive start in the United States of America, scoring on her debut against Angels FC. She also bagged an assist in a 2-1 defeat to the Western Spirit last weekend. And that's the global news for tonight. Before we go, another look at the major stories. Rivers NCDC deploys personnel for Easter. Army whisk away Delta Monarch to Abuja. Tinubu speaks unity, compassion at Easter. CBN reports over 1.5 billion naira forex inflow. South African ex-president Zuma survives car crash. Actress Nancy Isime explains weight loss. Arsenal face Man City in Premier League. I am Wendy Aguma. Thank you for watching and good evening.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN. From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.